That hasn't fucked up yet. And then the go live thing. And
Sorry. As I scroll down to other images from Zardoz, there are cosplayers who are dressed up as Zardoz, and I'm like, oh my
jeez.
goodness, cosplayers are amazing. There's a lot of nudity in Zardoz apparently too. Yeesh. Wow. There you go, guys. If you're looking for your half porn, half Zardoz,
Mm.
here
Did
it
you see the
is.
girl dressed as him?
Yeah,
Oh my god,
right?
that's amazing.
It's awesome.
All right, here we go.
This is Todd Habercorn, and you are listening to the Points of Interest podcast right here, right now. Believe it!
On this episode of the Points of Interest podcast, FanExpo Denver announces a special event for October. I did my first in-person podcast in well over a year, and I'm not really sure what else. We'll just have to see what happens. Well, hello and welcome to the most generic podcast on the internet. My name is Josh Hawks. I am the 303 Ninja. And right over there, she is my best friend and podcasting partner. She is the lovely and talented Miss Savannah.
Coming to Fan Expo dressed as Zardoz.
Yes. And even further over there, he is my podcasting partner for life. He is the other guy. It's Mr. Francis Hunk Fernandez.
Oh, yes. Well, look, all I know is I'm going to quote Zardoz. Well, not Zardoz himself, but from Zardoz. I will not go to second level with you.
Why
That
not,
means-
Francis?
Yeah, second level's where the fun starts.
Stay close to me, inside my aura. Inside my aura. All right. Zardoz is pleased. No, that's not. Anyway,
I don't
so
know,
there you
I don't know
go.
if I want anybody inside my aura. That'd be kind of weird.
That's what he wants.
How are you guys doing?
Awesome.
This is the part where we have to pretend where we haven't been talking to each other for 45 minutes.
I'm enjoying my
Exhausted.
myself some Tic Tac, Coca-Cola Tic Tac limited edition Tic Tacs.
Sponsor.
Sponsor. We have over 2 million subscribers. Ah. Oh,
2000
man.
is the benchmark here. 2000.
I know.
That's
Right,
all
two-
we-
2000.
No. We're gonna go. Look, for Coca-Cola, we need to go all out.
True.
But
That's fair.
2000 is the base.
Yeah, 2000 is the base.
That's
Base
where,
level.
Yeah, before you can even be seen. Yeah, so we're kind of making fun a little bit of the media requirements for FanExpo Denver. 2,000 followers, so give us a follow. But no, I'm excited. I'm excited
Nice.
I'm excited to see what they have to, what they're gonna bring, what they have to offer. The release talked about bringing a 75% show of what they're planning to bring for 22.
Over Halloween weekend.
Yeah, the 29th to 31st. So that it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be awesome. I have no other
Sadly,
details.
I can't go. That's when ValleyCon is, so sorry.
Well, you are the star of ValleyCon, so
Like, oh my god, like she totally is. Like,
I was
can't
the
believe
first
that.
person to bring a podcast there. Me. That was me.
really,
Therefore, she's
officially?
the original Valley girl.
I'm the original
That's awesome.
ValleyCon podcaster.
That is awesome.
Sorry, I cut you off.
No, you're fine. It's a thing that happens in my life. So no, it's true.
In cars.
Yeah, cars, but mostly it's weird, and I don't even get offended by it anymore. But like, I'll just be talking sometimes, and people will just start saying what they want to talk about, and I'm just like, oh, okay.
So I mean, there's all. Oh. No,
For fun, I understand.
I
but,
find
you
that.
know.
I find that the studies keep saying that dudes are the ones that. So you must be talking to other dudes, because dudes apparently are the ones that cut off people. Like that's like the nature of things, and I try to stop myself from doing it, because I do it. I know I do it. I see I'm like, oh wait, I don't want to, because I'm gonna forget. I do it mostly because I know I'm gonna forget, because I
And
forget everything.
Yeah.
And I think that's largely a part of all of that. But with that, are you actually listening to the person, or are you just waiting for them to finish
Waiting for your turn to talk.
so you can get what you want to say out? You know what I mean? It kind of, there's that balance there.
Yeah, I feel like usually it's related to what they're saying, but it's just something like, oh my God, I'm going to forget to mention this that has relation to what you just talked about 2 seconds ago.
Right.
It is what they're talking about, but then they skips. So normally it's when they change subjects and I'm like, no, wait, go back. I need to tell you this one thing that's related to the thing that you just said.
Right.
And then you can go on to your, what you were going to say, because I don't want to forget that I'm going to say like, oh, by the way, isn't this interesting? Or, oh, I did this.
I have
whatever.
to add to this. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even that there's like, that they just like want to talk. It's like people are trying to relate to you in that situation is what it is.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you have to get away from that old school thought of thinking of like, wait for your turn to talk. And it's just like this is me trying to relate to you, or me just trying to say my joke before I forget it.
Hey, there you go.
That's actually what it is for me.
That's it. You're
99% of the time.
You're right on that one. You're right.
It's a thing that happens, and it's just like, oh, okay, well, I remember where I left off in my conversation, so I'll just, when they're done talking, I'm just gonna pick up as if no one had interrupted me, and I'm just gonna keep going on if I'm not too terribly stoned and don't forget about what I was talking about.
I don't know if this has ever happened to you guys, but it reminds me of when I was in high school. And for some reason, I would be talking to two different friends who are standing right in front of me, but they're talking about two separate things, but they want to talk to me about it for some reason. And so I have to bounce back and forth between the conversations. And for some reason, they don't want to talk to each other or include each other in the conversation. They just have these two separate conversations that I have to kind of go back and forth with. And I just remember having to deal with that when I was in high school. I don't know if that's the teenager thing.
More than once?
More than once. This happened more than once.
Really?
Yeah, it was really strange.
Like I guess I've found myself in that situation before, but it's because I like to talk, I think it's just because I'm so much of like an extrovert that people are just like, I can talk to you about anything. And you can.
I think I know why because I fooled everyone into thinking I was smart in high school. Like, oh, this guy knows stuff.
Did you do it with the hand motion?
I did.
Is that like how you tricked them? Like, I'm smart.
No, every time I didn't get it when I went, I'm smart, and I kept doing the air quotes, which I don't know if you can see in the little box because I forget I'm in the little box. Help me. I'm in the little box. No, but I mean, but I didn't. They didn't get it, but then they would talk. Yeah, that happened. I would say most of my senior year would just be a couple people for some reason having two completely different conversations with me, and I had to try to follow both.
Did you?
It was really weird. I normally did.
Okay.
But it was hard. I'm not gonna lie, it was really hard. And I don't know. And I kept thinking to myself, why is this happening? Stop talking. Talk to each other. Just ask each other. You guys know each other. It's not like you don't know who you are. Just talk to.
They were testing you.
Maybe. Yeah.
Do you recall that scene in Dumb and Dumber when Jim Carrey's coming out of the 7-Eleven and he sees a bunch of other guys at the 7-Eleven drinking big gulps, and he's just like, "Hey guys, big gulps, huh? Right on." Just kind of walks away. That's me in every. Later. Yeah, that's me in every adult conversation. Like, I walk up, people are talking about politics or mortgages or, something adult-like.
I don't people don't talk about.
I'm just something adult-like.
I can talk about mortgages. Let's go. Let's fucking go.
And I'm just like,
talk about subprime lending.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even know what the hell that is.
PMI, come on.
And I'm like, yeah. I do a thing on Twitch every week.
I've literally used big gulps, well, see you later, like weekly, I think. And it's usually to get like out of like awkward like pauses. Big gulps, and then I just
walk off.
Just extract myself from the situation.
Just like Cool Cat, right?
Yeah.
I actually find as you get older, you find yourself in fewer and fewer. I feel like you find yourself in fewer and fewer like deep conversations as you get older. It becomes more surface level. Like, oh man, the weather, right? Oh, it's and then you like talk for half an hour about like how you deal
Nothing.
with warm and
About
cold and
nothing.
stuff. Yeah,
Essentially.
like I feel like we don't have deep conversation because in the
I thrive on small talk. I thrive on it. Like that's just like what recharges my batteries is just making fucking small talk.
I dissolve.
Francis is going to tell you how horrible he
hates.
is at small talk.
I dissolve it. I hate it. I hate
Yeah.
it so much. I dissolve at small talk. I mean, when I used to go out, and work amongst people, and they would start small talk, and I start panicking because I'm like, oh my god, I have to think of something to say because they're asking me about stuff that I don't care about. Like, I don't care that it's hot. Who cares? It's hot. Leave me alone. So
Yeah.
I fall apart.
I can just take it and just go with it because I know they're just like trying to fill like empty space. So I will just fill it.
Francis gets annoyed when we're in the elevator together and I start chit chatting with somebody. You could visibly see Francis getting like uncomfortable. It's just like internally going, Josh, shut the fuck up. Just
Like,
make this 15-second ride faster by shutting up.
Best to just include you in it and be like, right, Francis? God, I was just saying this to him the other day. Right? What did you say?
Well, oh, I can't stand it. I can't stand it. I miss the days where I would talk to my friend and I remember we would have a conversation on how those shooting games and video games was really a government conspiracy to teach us how to become soldiers for the upcoming war.
Like Area 51, like those like arcade with the actual gun. What about Big Buck Hunter?
Well, even more, yeah. So that's for the heavier, you have your handguns and then you have your shotguns and you have your rifles and you got to learn how to use them. And this is all conspiracy to teach us how to get ready for the war we're going to have with, some random. And I'm like, who are we going to have war with? And I asked my friend, he's like, oh, the aliens. Oh yeah, of course, the aliens.
Area 51, come on.
It's like, oh yeah, of course. And you would just
How's
go
it
on
always the
and you
aliens?
would have these deep. It's always the aliens.
It's how is it always the aliens though? How?
Well, I mean, because at the time we weren't. Well, we weren't thinking about international politics
Lizard
or anything.
People in the sewers.
Yeah, and mind you, okay, look, we were like in our early 20s. We were talking about this. It's like we understood politics. We voted. We voted. And here we are, just talking about like, yeah, aliens.
So you voted for Nader like 6 times in a row.
Oh man, Ross Perot was my guy.
Ralph Nader?
Man,
Did you just say Ralph Nader? Yes.
Or
he
what
went
was
for president? He was third party. He was third party, wasn't he?
Yeah,
he
was.
The only reason why I even know the name really, there was.
Because you love seatbelts.
Yeah. Yes.
And you realize how important they are, and you thank Ralph Nader every day when you put your seatbelt on.
Well, I will now that I have that fact.
Yeah,
but
that's right, you fucking will.
There was a 70s like student film. It was called Hardware Wars, and it was a total spoof on Star Wars. And instead of Darth Vader, it was a play on Ralph Nader's name, and that was like the only way I knew of that guy was a spoof on Star Wars. It's a
12-minute film.
It's 12 or 13 minutes of just dreck, but I love it so much.
Luke Starbucker must learn to master the power of the farce with help from Artie Deco, Ham Salad, and the rest of the Red Eye Knights.
So, in other words, Mel Brooks stole it from these guys.
The theme song is Richard Wagner's famous "The Ride of the Valkyries." Amazing.
There's a hand mixer, like a hand crank mixer, is one of the ships. There's a toaster that fires toast at something else. I mean, it's like 12 or 13 minutes of just horribleness, but it's the good kind. Like
Darth Darth.
Darth.
Darph. Darth Nader.
Yeah.
God.
R2.
He's wearing a welder's mask.
R2
Well, of
Deco.
course.
He destroys her peaceful home planet, basketball. Wow.
Basketball. Wait.
So I need to watch this.
Oh, you do.
Hardware Wars.
It's great. The R2 Deco is a vacuum cleaner.
Of course.
Oh, it's on Prime Video. Perfect.
Wow.
I know what I'm doing tonight after this.
Actually,
guys.
what's their faces?
Why didn't
HBO Max.
I don't have HBO Max. We've talked about this, Josh.
Okay, but this might entice you. Maybe. They just dropped like 10 seasons of Super Friends.
Oh.
And that's awesome. I can't wait to.
In the hall of
One
justice.
of the greatest cartoon intro songs ever. Super Friends.
Super Friends. Everyone's got
No.
Super Friends.
You mentioned aliens before. I was going to try and jump in with the rumor of the next Transformers film, because Transformers are aliens.
Yes, they are.
That
Yeah.
it's looking like it might be Beast Wars.
Guys, they're robots in disguise. Did you know that?
I did not.
Spoiler alert.
Hold on a second.
Fuck. Really? I thought they were like cars, and then there were robots. You know, they're separate. They're two separate forces. That would into
just
like
brings
pocket
a whole
dimensions.
new meaning to back the truck up.
You know, I have some Transformers Beast Wars toys.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. I don't
Like
even
original
have.
ones.
I don't even have any
Yeah.
of those.
well,
I wasn't.
get
a
on
very
my
big,
level, Josh.
I wasn't a big fan of the Beast Wars era.
I didn't like the animation style, actually.
The animation style really threw me off.
Yeah.
The story just was weird to me, but I mean, at the same time, the story of Transformers, at least the 85 cartoon, doesn't make any 84 cartoon doesn't make any fucking sense either. But I think with the story tied with that early CGI, it just didn't work for me.
The Maximals battle to save the universe from tyranny.
Maximal sounds like a snack.
Hey,
you know?
guys. It's a Canadian-American computer animated television series.
Well,
Canada!
That's kind of funny.
Canada.
Because I had mentioned before we hit the record button that the article that I was looking at, it was kind of referring more to Beast Machines than Beast Wars.
Which is also Canadian.
And then you guys
There's
started
a reason.
you guys started talking about Degrassi, and about how that was your guys kind of long time running Canadian TV show. And mine was you can't do that on television.
Well, yeah.
And
I mean,
I never watched Degrassi, actually. I know enough about it from memes, literally memes and GIFs.
okay.
see,
That's how I know a lot about a lot of things. Like Tiger King, I never watched that, but I know enough about it to know exactly what it's about. But my Canadian TV show, Clone High.
Clone High.
And if you never watched it,
Never
it was
even
on
heard of it.
MTV.
Oh, wait.
In the early aughts, it was animated. It was a Phil Lord and Chris Miller TV show.
Clone High. I
There's only one season, but it was perfect.
Yeah. Well,
Nothing
that's-
bad ever happens to the Kennedys is the best line from that show.
wow. Which is funny because normally it's so MTV so what makes it Canadian if it's from MTV? If MTV was the one who put it out there, what was the Canadian part?
I mean, it was a
Right.
Canadian TV
Oh,
show.
production.
Production.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, Canadian is quote unquote
Was Drake in it?
worldwide.
Yeah.
I that's what I love about Degrassi for me, because that was the show that preceded every Saturday morning before the Magic Bullet. It's the show that preceded the Magic Bullet.
Which show? So what? If you were toweling off during the Magic Bullet, then what was it about Degrassi that was that Got you so sweaty.
Well, the appearances of Jay and Silent Bob actually.
Drake.
No, Drake. No, I don't know. It was during the commercials, and probably like it doesn't happen. It doesn't take much. Just give me a 2-minute commercial. We're done.
I mean, and it's like, I mean, it was like every teenage, the OC and One Tree Hill and Dawson's Creek. Like it was right in that same vein, but Canadian.
And it cycled through its characters. There were different generations, and
Right.
it's the next generation or the new generation.
They really tried.
Yeah, every 4 years they tried to refresh the characters as they progress through their, the school. Drake being part of the more known generation.
So you keep talking about Drake. Which Drake are you talking about?
Musician, rapper Drake.
Okay, I still don't know who that is, but okay.
He apparently was giving love and sex advice to young 13-year-old Billy Bobby Brown.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that one. Yes.
Of Stranger Things fame. So he's controversial in many different ways. But also he's a terrible singer. And he spawned a generation of people who watched it. That was his generation of Degrassi was the Kevin Smith generation of Degrassi, where he actually filmed a movie there. Jay and Silent Bob go to Degrassi, and there's a Jay and Silent that exists.
They did a couple episodes, did they not?
They did a couple episodes,
or maybe Kevin even wrote maybe a couple episodes.
Probably even directed. I'm thinking he probably directed a few
episodes.
You know, the Red Green Show was Canadian.
I don't even know what that is.
Really?
Yeah.
No, never heard of it. Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Well, I mean,
sorry, I'm looking up like. Oh, Babar? Did you watch that one?
Oh, Babar.
Yeah.
Babar.
Are you afraid of the dark? No.
Usually.
These
sometimes.
Canadian shows. Holy shit. Are You Afraid of the Dark was Canadian.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of TV shows that get
Big Comfy Couch.
Filmed in Canada. Reboot. That was another one of those weird CGI shows. Yeah. There's a lot of love for that show though.
Reboot because it was great. It's like weird. One of the first kind of CGI-ish.
Yeah. I just love when people are like the moon landing was all faked and CGI, and then you watch shit like Reboot or like N6, GoldenEye and N64, and then you're like, yeah.
What was that CGI. There's that Dire Straits song that was all CGI.
What Dire Straits songs was that? Oh, you mean
Money for Nothing.
That
was all early CGI.
I want my MTV.
Not
Yep, that one.
Take on Me.
That was
right?
animation
no,
though.
It's a different one.
Oh,
Take on Me was Aha.
Yeah.
Aha.
Oh,
okay.
If you're gonna do it right, man. Yeah. I don't. So, Savannah, you said you had a lot to talk about with Canadian TV shows.
Oh, I don't know. I think I did it. I think
no.
Oh, okay.
We didn't even talk. Yeah.
I don't know.
What, Francis?
We didn't do you didn't do your plea for everyone to watch Letterkenny. So.
Oh, right. Yeah. Francis had mentioned that he had never watched Letterkenny and doesn't understand the appeal, which I was the same way up until about 6 months ago. And I have asked him to watch 3 episodes and then to get back to me after that.
Well, I guess my question is, do they still talk the way they do in those scenes where they're kind of standing around? Okay.
100% yes.
Because that's what I love about it is they talk very
it's 100% Canadian, like it is, and it's hilarious. Like I can't, like I hate to be on that train, but like it's good. 3 episodes. Josh, have you ever watched it?
I have seen about 2.5 episodes.
Okay, it's to 3.
But like my brother just like turned it on. He didn't start it from the beginning. He just was like, You don't really.
Right,
and I kind of picked that up.
It kind of has some succession, but like.
There's no overall story arc.
I mean, there is, but I don't know. You can pretty much jump in whenever. But
we're brothers, eh? And we're like, doing our thing, eh?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. It's
just love. They just
it's like every Canadian stereotype, and like it's great. I mean, yeah. I mean, and you could really just extend it down to North Dakota, and it's basically the same. So.
I mean, isn't North Dakota just like southern Canada anyway?
Yes, we are. Yep. They are, I should say. I'm in Minnesota.
Southern Canada. Southern Canada.
Yeah.
That they need to dub certain states Southern Canada.
I mean, basically, yeah. Like half of Minnesota is like it's a whole thing. Yeah. North Dakota is basically all Canada. So.
Poutine? Sorry, I was drinking water.
We don't have poutine. It's sad. We don't. Like Idaho, they've got poutine.
You just have the Tim Hortons.
We don't. We have one Tim Hortons, and it's inside of a truck stop.
Mm.
Yeah.
Why?
We don't have any. We don't have any Tim Hortons.
That's it. It's in a truck stop. Yeah.
All we got was the In-N-Out.
We don't even have that.
Did you get your In-N-Out, by the way?
Yeah,
I did. I waited in that god awful spillover line. The first time I went was about a little over a half hour.
Okay.
That's not bad.
Like 15 minutes in the spillover, and then like just the time to get through the line.
Really not bad. I mean, I wait a half hour just for like Taco Bell.
Nobody
in front of me.
I went yesterday.
Oh.
I took a half
Literally
day.
nobody in front of me.
That's ridiculous.
And it still takes a half hour. Like they just,
Why do you put up with that?
I don't. I really don't.
Okay.
There are certain times where I'm like, I'm just gonna go get a quick lunch, and then I'm like, well, this sucks.
Where's my bean and cheese burrito?
Not even cheese, just bean.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, where's my
bean
burrito?
No cheese.
Like the simplest thing to make.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Sorry. Your second time visiting.
So I took a half day yesterday to take care of some vehicle stuff, and
no, just to go to In-N-Out.
It was really just to go to In-N-Out. Yeah. And I got there at right at about 11, and it was about the same amount of time once I got into the line the first time. So a good like 15 minutes of just inching forward.
It's not bad though.
No, it's not horrible. I asked the people that were working. I was like, "Does it ever slow down here?" And he's like, "This is about the slowest it gets all day."
It's like, you just missed rush hour.
Yeah.
He goes, when we first open up at 10, we can get you in and out of here. You could drive right up to the order intercom and take your order, and you're through our line in less than 5 minutes.
In-N-Out,
haha.
In-N-Out.
I'm like, yeah, but who wants to eat a burger at 10 in the morning? He's like, you would be surprised.
Sociopaths.
So, again, the argument is that the restaurant chain Carver's is apparently better than In-N-Out.
I've never even heard of that.
I have heard of Carver's, but I don't think I've ever
never
seen
eaten there?
one. I don't even think I've seen one.
Right. It's I thought that was
I've never even heard of it.
Oh, really? Maybe I'm thinking the wrong one then. Maybe I'm thinking the wrong thing. It's not. Okay. Well, never mind then.
We have, although in Bismarck, capital of North Dakota, there's a Big Boy.
Okay.
Bob's Big Boy.
My biggest reason for loving Bob's Big Boy is because, well, I ate there once with 2 seats beside me was Jim Cummings of Winnie the Pooh voiceover fame and Darkwing Duck fame, and I'm just watching him. I'm like, I took a picture with you at a con once. Like
Did you say that?
No, I didn't bother him. He was having he noticed I noticed him, and he smiles, and I'm like, hi. And I'm like, yeah, I noticed you.
It's not like he gets recognized a lot, though, does he? Like,
I can't imagine he does, because he's a voiceover actor guy, right? Like, who recalls the voice actor guy, right? Nobody does.
Nobody knows anybody's face.
No, but it was still like, there was that moment of like recognition of just
nice.
Like,
but Bismarck has a Big Boy, like one of the last 5, basically. and they just had they have a truck every so often that comes to Fargo. Bismarck is about 4 hours away. And we were at a brewery on Thursday, and they had a big boy truck pull up. Everyone lost their mind, but they weren't setting up till Friday, so everyone was like, "Oh."
I just read an article a couple hours ago that there was an In-N-Out truck in New York, like a food truck.
Do they have an In-N-Out there?
Well, I don't believe so.
Maybe they're testing it.
Right.
I mean, I would be surprised. I mean, but now they need to get a White Castle on here.
We have those everywhere.
How there's not a White Castle in Denver?
Not in North Dakota, but like all over Minneapolis.
I don't understand how they're not
There's
here.
like 2 of them, but still.
I've been chatting. Well, it's been a one-way conversation, but I've been chatting with Twitter on Twitter with White Castle for like 3 years, and like all the time I'm like, why aren't you here? Don't you know your demographic?
Right.
Like, we sell weed here, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
There's a movie that like celebrates you.
Yeah.
For that very reason.
That you agreed to be a part of.
Yeah.
Right? So
they make a vegan slider too.
They apparently they understand their demographics, so like, come on, let's do this.
Apparently not enough, because they still not putting it out there.
It's ridiculous. Like, whatever that order was in that movie, you would do that 3-4 times a day. you put that White Castle near a dispensary,
right?
It's over, son.
I mean, I'll admit this. I think it's the only time I'll eat the burger with the pickle.
You don't like pickles?
I hate pickles. Pickles are gross.
Okay.
Do you like cucumbers?
Like pickles?
No, she doesn't like pickles either.
What? Then you're not a real couple. There's one of each. There's
one has to be able to.
There's got to be the person who doesn't, and the other who eats the pickles.
Yeah. She doesn't like pickles.
Weirdos.
But yeah, I mean,
pickles are great for cottonmouth.
Yeah.
Or pickle juice.
Yeah. Oh, they use Impossible Burgers? That's even better. And they have dairy-free cheese. Oh my god. Okay.
Well, apparently
Savannah's going to the White Castle.
Alcohol.
Next time I go to Minneapolis, which will probably be like next weekend.
Pickles. Just drown yourself. Just have a bath of pickle juice.
I just meant like a slider, but yeah.
Oh. I thought you were gonna just lay in a bath of pickles.
No, I mean I always have a jar of pickles in the fridge. Always.
We used to have a chain here. It was a sandwich.
There's only one pickle, and it's Clausen, guys.
Oh, yeah. It's not Vlasic. You don't like the stalk?
No. If they're refrigerated, like that's the thing, is like if you have to keep them refrigerated. If they're like room temperature, fine. Like, no, that's not okay.
Right. We had a panini sandwich joint here for a little while. I think it's closed down now, but it was called the Spicy Pickle. And before I found out that it was a sandwich joint, I thought it was a male strip joint. But their gimmick was...
one of my favorite Halloween costumes was a sexy pickle.
How do you make a pickle sexy?
This green sequin fucking leotard, and I just wore hooker boots with it, and it was great. It was just a sexy pickle. Everyone's like, you could be like an absinthe fairy. I'm like, nah, sexy pickle.
Absinthe fairy. Okay, sexy. Pretty cool. Look, I already looked at Zardoz.
I'll see if I can find a picture. Like they exist. I'm
sure they do.
Adult pickle costume.
But they're just gonna be like the full size like pickle.
No, yeah, it is. It's so far the only ones I see here is so they have the full size pickle with the black leotard, so that and then they have one where it's the jar, so you're wearing the jar of pickles. But yeah, there's none of these are sexy. They're all just regular pickle, like full body pickle costumes.
No, I just found a fully sequined green like leotard at Savers, and it was just like that was it. Sexy pickle. I was just like, what do I do with this? Okay, fishnets and thigh-high stripper boots. Perfect.
What I love is no one else apparently seems to have thought of that. because everyone else is like, you know what a sexy pickle is? A full body pickle. Oh, except for this one dude where if you lift up the apron, there's a pickle sticking out of the bottom of his
course,
apron.
yeah.
Gross.
So there's that, I guess.
No, that's not sexy.
There's always the one guy. Well, there used to be. I think that guy probably doesn't exist anymore. But there used to be the one guy in the crowd that would cut a hole in his fanny pack, put his dick in his fanny pack, and then when the security guard looks through the fanny pack, there's his dick.
And then he gets kicked out. Like, what's the point?
I mean,
well,
assault
at first.
Is the point assault?
Right. Well, I mean,
good job.
It was always. I guess it always was assault, but right. But now it actually is a crime.
It's Brian more than it is just assault.
Jesus.
Get out. Go on.
See yourself out. Puns.
It exists.
So last week we didn't do a show. Last week. My mind.
Where was it?
Well, I was recovering from being in a salty bad mood, and didn't want to project that out. But I had to put my bad mood away.
You were in the brine.
I was in the brine, and I had to put it all away because I had to do an in-person podcast. I didn't have to do it, I guess. But I was invited to it, so
you're forced into it. They shoved you into a room.
Yeah.
Sit here.
No talk.
Yeah. So well, it's funny you mentioned that. It was with the 5280 Geek podcast, run by my buddy Smurf, and which was cool. He has a studio, and I mean
his name is Smurf.
That's what he goes by. Yes.
Oh. That's not his baptismal name, then.
No, okay. That would be Daniel. But when people talk about Smurf and they mention him by Dan or Daniel, I'm like, who? I don't. Who do you?
The blue guy. Blue guy.
And they go, oh no, Smurf. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I know who you're talking about. I don't know him. I don't know him as Dan or Daniel. That's not how I was introduced to him by. But. No, so he runs a marketing company and has a studio in his office. And offices, whatever. So it was really cool to be set up and sit down with somebody. It's awesome doing this. We've been doing this for years. But it's always a treat when you get to do this in person.
And we will.
Yeah. I mean, the first time Francis and I did a podcast together, it's like it was weird. I could reach over and poke him. He's like right there. He's real. You know, like
on your old computer.
On the old computer, yeah.
With that weird tiny screen, and I'm like, can you see what's going on? You know what's happening?
Nope.
That's probably what you guys would feel about my monitor setup right now too.
I know I have 3 now, and it's like, oh man.
I'm pretty sure that my laptop monitor is actually bigger than this, but
I was rocking like a 15-inch ancient flat screen. Francis sits down at my makeshift dining room table computer desk, and he's like, "What the hell is this?"
It was a janky setup, but you know what's funny is you don't notice it when you're recording, because when you had the camera on you just had your face and then the background of Deadpool pictures that you had posted on the wall.
The little bit of decorating I set up just so the camera had something to look at.
It lasted a couple years, or however long. Yeah,
that was great. But yeah, it was cool to be in a studio to sit opposite of somebody. I believe he hit record and asked me a question, and I talked for an hour and a half.
Oh,
wow!
So I don't know if that's good or bad. I kind of felt like halfway through I realized that I was motor mouthing and just kind of shut up. I'm like, why'd you invite me here? Like, what was the end goal here? Because all I'm doing is talking. But it was good.
Yeah, that's the point.
It was.
Otherwise, there's no show.
But it was like I said, it was good to catch up with somebody that I run around town with at the local shows, and have worked with in the past. And obviously with everything going on in the past year, there was no contact for the most part. It's good to catch up. And
well,
go ahead.
Yeah.
Do you have a name? Because does he introduce himself as Smurf on the show?
Yeah,
he does. You should have been the Hawk.
Well,
Yeah.
this is funny. I've known this guy for about 10 years now. He publishes the podcast. It spells my name wrong.
How?
KS.
What is it?
If you go by, I was like, how do you spell Josh wrong? No, that makes sense.
The worst way
Two
anybody
H's.
has ever spelled my name wrong, JHOSH. They spelt it
Why?
super phonetically.
Josh.
Why did he spell it
Hello,
that way?
Josh.
The person in question didn't know how to fucking spell. If you want my honest
Josh.
answer, but yeah.
Savannah.
I got a birthday card and it was J.
Fun fact. Sorry,
What?
go ahead, Josh.
It was a birthday card that was JHOSH. I'm like, wow. Thanks for the card, man. This motherfucker doesn't know how to read or write.
Fun fact. Captain of the tennis team, high school. We had jackets that had embroidered, our names embroidered on them. SAVANHA.
Savannah.
What?
Savannah.
Savannah.
So
Okay,
it was
first
easy to
off-
fix, but Savannah.
I love that the only picture you have of you in the costume is you behind a bunch of people.
Yep, that's the only
Oh.
one.
I put my phone to the side. I didn't know that.
You can see the green sequins wrapped around my neck, though. That's it.
Yeah, no, I see
Oh
that.
my
But
God.
I love that.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
like
The
hey,
rest of the picture, though, it's like pure modern Renaissance. Like
let me show you what the costume looks like. Okay, well, it's behind these people.
you literally can't see any of it. Yeah.
So, enjoy. Very nice, very nice.
But it looked like it was a good time, though.
Oh my
Yeah,
God, that was the most
Good time
ridiculous.
had by all.
Speaking of which, have you guys watched Loki?
Yep, I
Yes,
have, guys.
Josh.
Are you surprised?
Thank you, Francis.
Both
I am a little
episodes.
bit surprised. Yeah. Usually there's at least a text or two. It's like, hey, did you watch this?
Next
No,
week.
we're not talking about it this week. Or I don't care. You just talk about it. What do you guys think so far? We're 2 episodes in at recording time. I think the next episode drops in 6 hours at recording
No.
time.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Midnight. It's midnight.
Oh. I honestly don't know. There is someone else who makes me watch these. So, as you know, I'm not like super in tune with the Marvel universe. It's not because I don't want to be. It's just because there's so much of it.
You don't.
There's so
you don't
much
have
of it,
room for
and I'm just so
20
behind.
You don't have
What?
room for 27 films in your life.
Exactly. Like I've seen the Avengers, I've seen Guardians of the Galaxy, and Ragnarok. No, that's it. And so I don't have much working knowledge of it, but I am entertained. So, and the person that I've been watching this with also watches like YouTube, like these Easter eggs explained, and so like I get a little bit more background knowledge on stuff, which is kind of cool. So
Well, did any of that background knowledge convey to you that Tara Strong is the voice of Miss Minutes?
no,
Well,
Tara
Tara
Strong. Tara Strong was the voice of Bubbles.
Everyone.
Of everyone. Raven on the Teen Titans. Bubbles
Oh, nice.
for Powerpuff
Okay.
Girls. Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn.
Amazing. Okay, awesome.
Crazy amounts of range. But yeah, she is Miss Minutes. I picked it up
That makes sense.
immediately. I was like, holy crap, it's Tara.
Okay.
Like I know her and shit.
First name basis. You
Yeah,
know?
exactly. I stood 5 feet from you, and that makes you first name basis thing. At the very least,
best friends.
At the
We
very
share a
least,
necklace that's torn in half. That's fine. Matching tattoos.
at the very least, Tara Strong is a friend of the show.
Yes, yes. I hope 2,000 of her fans will follow.
Yes. I know what I'm naming the episode. So Owen Wilson's on the show. I like pretty much everything he's in, and I want to ask you guys, when, my friends, are we going to get WoW?
We're not. I saw a meme. I saw a meme that basically said that they talked to the executive producer who was like, "There is no WoW. There's no WoW whatsoever." And then the meme is Owen Wilson, and it just says, "WoW's in no sad WoW," or something like that. I have to find. I don't know. I don't know. It was the most ridiculous thing, but like, I just love how like Owen Wilson like, plays all of these characters, and he literally just plays himself in every single case. And like we just need the WoW, and it'll round it out. But either way, Owen Wilson plays Owen Wilson.
Francis, what's your thought?
Well, Sven has never seen the movie Captain America: Civil War.
Nope.
At the end of the movie Captain America: Civil War, they have a new set of Avengers, and Captain America goes up to them and he says, "Avengers," and right as to say "assemble," they cut the scene, and they go to credits. So what's going to happen is he's going to say "wow," but it's going to be "whoa," and then cut to credits.
You just see this is why we get along so well, Francis. My fantasy booking is I believe this is an 8-episode series.
6.
6 episodes? Holy shit.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it changes my numbering, but that's about as far as it goes. The theory still sticks. It will be at the end of episode 5. Something is going to happen that's shocking, and it's going to cut to Owen Wilson while cut to black, roll credits. Or
my hope
the other half of that is first word last episode, reacting to the last thing in episode 5.
To piggyback off of that theory, my theory is maybe the cutoff. I'm hoping for the cutoff, but I'm gonna guess is he's gonna say "wow," but instead Tom Hiddleston says it right before he gets a chance to. Before
just cuts him off.
Just cuts him off.
That's
and he'll go "wow" in that voice because he does. Tom Hiddleston does an amazing Owen Wilson impression. He sounds just like the guy.
That
he'll do the "wow."
I think you win the fantasy booking.
Yep. I won't even fight you on that.
Yeah.
I think you were 100% right.
I think that
absolutely.
Like I was really sold on my idea. I said it a few times to people that are watching the show. I'm like, that is totally going to happen. Fuck me. No, that's not going to happen at all. Oh, the scene's playing out in my head right now, and it's magic. People freaked out.
This is a.
Oh, go ahead.
What did they forget about?
People freaked out when they saw his sexuality as fluid.
Oh yeah.
The internet, on both sides, there half of the people were like, "Well, yeah, duh."
Yeah.
Like, Loki's been the most queer character of the entire series.
Like, no.
And then the people were like, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
I didn't see that part. I only saw the people who are like, "Yeah, that's his character."
Yeah. I saw a headline today that said, "Of course, Loki was the most queer character in all of Marvel." Like, that's not a surprise to anybody. Right.
Okay.
And I was just like, yeah, okay. Weird.
I don't even need. I think he's asexual. I'm pretty sure he's asexual, though, isn't he?
I mean, it's a fucking it's based on a comic book character. Who cares?
Yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter.
At the end of the day, who cares?
I don't know.
I mean, he's no fucking.
100% right, but
I mean, he is a sexy pickle.
Well, that's the thing. It's like he
pickle.
is.
He really is a sexy pickle.
Is that what you watch? That was the question, I guess, was geared toward, well, to both of you. Is that why you watch?
Absolutely.
I'm a
Especially
lot
that scene
more.
where they cut off his.
I'm a lot more interested in
Yep.
Loki's character than I am in Smokey and the Bandit or whatever those other two characters are called. Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Oh, I don't. No. Yeah. I'm much more interested in what's going on here than I am with any of that stuff. I'm so much more interested in what's happening here. Like, is that lady? Oh wait. Well, whatever. It's been a week. New episode.
It's going to be another 3 or 4 days before it comes out anyway. So.
Oh, that's true. So
the new episode will be out before this comes out.
So I guess the theory is it's either Lady Loki or a character called Enchantress. But either way.
Well, they
there's even theories that it's like Scarlet Witch, like because it turned all red.
Oh,
interesting. Yeah, purple and then gold or whatever. Did they not show Lady Loki at the end of episode 2?
Yeah, they did. Like she totally, like she's there.
Yeah, so
she talks and then and then he follows her and then you're like,
yeah, but is that like a red herring? A red herring. She's really like
absolutely. But like when they were going through like his like, they were like all of his variants that he's been, like a soccer star, and then they show the Lady Loki, and then they like it goes really quick. So like,
oh, did they really show the lady? I didn't see that. No, that's good.
Or at least him as a woman. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Well, I know that Loki can be a woman, but I'm just saying I feel like it's
because didn't they just like reboot it like when the whole universe was reboot, like it was Lady Loki.
There has been. I don't know if it was more cosplay or if it was a variant
sure
of.
There was a reboot.
I'm not arguing. I'm just I don't read.
I thought they both existed at the same time, which
possible.
Would then make sense for this comic for this show.
Right.
For them to both exist at the same time, if they both exist at the same time. But either way, I feel like it would be too obvious.
Maybe
I hope they change. I hope they I hope it is actually, because people are going to be more surprised, because I think people are thinking, that can't be, it's too obvious. Oh no, it's obvious. It's always the easy obvious choice. It's her. It's Loki. It's Lady Loki. It'd be a much better reveal.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I have a question, and this is very off topic, but this is where I
had a show all about that too.
This is where my 3/4 of a bottle of wine are kicking in. Did you either of you watch Spiral?
Oh, you asked us.
No, you asked us this last night as well.
Okay, well, I don't know if you watched it in the meantime. I know, Francis, you said that that's not your thing.
Yeah,
so.
I saw even though I don't think it's not supposed to be like the Saw. Well, I guess it is a little bit. It's supposed to be semi-Saw.
It's still super. No, it follows the exact fucking formula every time. Yeah,
it's like a circular saw.
Yeah, well then never mind.
But like Samuel Jackson and Chris Rock are both in it.
Yeah, I knew Sam Jackson was in it. Yeah.
And Chris Rock, like he's an executive producer. Apparently, Chris Rock is like a huge fan of the Saw movies, and he was like, "I want in," and they were like, "Hey, you do whatever you want." So
interesting.
I can't do it.
But neither of you watch it. Okay. Then
the whole premise.
Like as soon like I predicted the killer like as soon as he popped out. I was like, "That's him. That's it." And then I was right immediately. So
when did they show the killer though? How early in the movie?
I'm not going to tell you that.
Okay.
Saw's the movie where you got to solve the mystery of how the key to the safe is now surgically implanted behind your eye, and this lady over here has the ice pick to poke your eye out to get the key. But
that's not the thing. You have to figure out who the killer is. That's the whole thing about Saw, is like who's the killer or why is this person the target? Like that's the whole thing. Is like, all of these things are connected because either this person is a shithead or this person, like so.
Have you seen all the other Saws?
No, I've seen the first 3, I think.
I've seen a jeweler saw, a circular saw,
a seesaw,
bone saw.
Yeah, horror's.
I've only seen that because of the movie Doom.
Oh, Spider-Man for me.
Horror's not really my thing. Like
About
I
the
love
horrors.
Jason and Freddy, even some Mike Myers, but
So I dated
psychological
somebody for
horror
a really
movies, I
long
just can't get
time
into.
that did not like horror movies. So I haven't watched a horror movie in a long time. And I'm finally like seeing somebody who's like, hell yeah, let's watch horror movies. And like now I'm just like diving back into it. So
Well, I
You have,
signed up to do coverage at a horror festival here.
I will 100% join you.
Well, I'll let you know when it is.
Perfect.
Horrors.
Horror.
Speaking of which, I saw a clip of one of the new Borat specials, and he's talking to a guy
Speaking of which,
well, it'll make sense in a second. He's talking to a guy that's standing in front of a bunch of hay, and he keeps saying, "This is hay," and Borat keeps replying with "hey" because he thinks it's a greeting.
mm-hmm.
And it finally tells him, "Please stop saying hey to me. We've already said hi to each other." But at one point he talks about horse feed, and Borat says, "You feed whores? That's great."
Oh God, of course. Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. It's such a weird shtick, That was such a weird shtick.
It works for me. What may not work for me is Jackass 4.
Oh my God, yeah, they're like in their 50s. Why are they doing it still?
Like half those dudes have like colostomy bags, because they just like wreck their dicks like so early on.
Mm-hmm.
And they all have like fake teeth. Like you can tell they all have fake teeth, obviously.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Steve-O's
but they've all had like colostomy bags since they were like 25. Like,
oh yeah,
it's fucked.
I don't get it.
I saw that Bam was actually fired from the movie.
Yeah,
and
because
Jeff Tremaine
he can't get control of his alcoholism.
Yeah, Jeff Tremaine, he's the producer. Had just got issued a restraining order on Bam Margera.
Because he keeps showing up to the set, or
I don't know exactly the details of it, but I know he was issued a restraining order.
Wow,
it's kind of crazy.
Against Bam or Bam against the director?
Against Bam.
Okay, yeah. Because I've read some articles, and it's like all of his friends have been trying to help him, and they're just finally like separating themselves, and they're like, "We love you, but we can't condone this behavior."
Mm-hmm. It's crazy to get fired from something that is essentially your
brand. Yeah.
Like before.
Did you guys ever watch Haggard? Did you watch that ever?
I'd never seen Haggard, but I was a big fan of the CKY crew.
I told you to watch it since day one. I've told you to watch this.
This episode 1, episode 1, season 1.
It was like episode podcast. 1 of our friendship.
Yeah. I've been talking about this fucking movie forever. I will next time I come visit.
We're watching. I'm wearing Jinkos.
100%. You're gonna wear Jinkos. It's gonna be a mess.
And we're gonna kind of watch Haggard, and it's gonna be great.
We will watch the whole thing. I will not even look at you. Okay. I will watch Haggard.
I'll just wear pants while we watch Haggard. Then after Haggard's over, then I'll put on the Jinkos.
Over the pants.
Over the pants. Yeah, exactly.
Because they'll fit,
totally.
And then you'll put your 7-ring fucking binder in your back pocket. It'll be great. It'll just be like 7th grade all over again, and it'll be
get your peachy folder
misty-eyed memories.
Get your peachy folder and your little book, your little plastic book, pencil organizer,
pencil pouch. Yep.
Oh yeah, the pencil pouch.
I don't know. What was that first thing you said?
Peachy folder.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know what that is.
But peachy. It had like athletes. It was like an orangey folder with the athletes on it.
Okay, yeah.
And those were called the peachy.
Nope.
They were called the peachy.
No, I didn't know what it was called. I had seen it. I don't think I owned one of them, but I remember seeing them.
Yeah, it was very popular here.
Nope,
everyone had peachy.
I don't. Okay, now I gotta look it up. No,
Keeper.
I was gonna.
Trapper
Josh,
Keeper.
how far away is Lakewood from you?
Lakewood?
Yeah.
I mean, depending on who you ask, everything in Denver is about 20 minutes away.
Okay. My sister just got they bought a new house. So.
Oh, nice. Lakewood is a little bit. I bet you it's a little bit easier to park in Lakewood.
Yes. Yes.
Did they get a house or did they get a townhouse?
They got a house.
This is like way inside baseball, but they got a house. Then it should be easy parking then.
So if you need a place to live, they've got a condo for rent now.
Yeah, if I had $3,000 a month to do it, that would be something to look at.
Oh, it's fine. It's in the Capitol Hill neighborhood. It's really nice, and
it is.
You know,
it was a cool little building.
Yeah.
That could be our roommate.
That could where we could live. No, we talked about this, remember? But there's only 2 bedrooms. So, but we just have 1 bedroom with all of the bunk beds.
Yeah.
And then
like
and the other bedroom would be our podcast.
Yeah.
Or there were 3 units.
A ball pit?
There were 3 units, I think, on that floor. We can each take one of those units. And
There's 3 units in the house, and then the 4th in the carriage house.
Right. So we just knock the walls down, right?
And then put a slide in, or like a firefighter pole.
The pole.
Yes. Because then the pole you could also use as a stripper pole.
No, only firefighter pole.
It's too thick for sticks.
These are 2 very different size poles here, Josh.
I don't know.
We can have a stripper pole elsewhere. I mean, it's fine.
Yeah. Look at the portable one.
Yeah. Can we? Okay.
With
can we have like a twisty slide around the pole? So like.
Yes.
We can have like races.
You do and or
twisty slide.
What's that?
You could do and or like you could take the slide or you could take the fireman pole.
But like we'll race all the time. Like pizza's here. Shit. You know, because we're 12-year-olds all over again. I assume that's just what happens when you just become independently wealthy.
So then
hold on,
would we take turns?
Timberlake. Excuse me, sir.
Would we take turns doing the naked pizza challenge then?
What the fuck is a naked pizza challenge?
Where you answer the door butt ass booty
thing.
Oh, not it.
And then give them BJ for the tip.
Definitely not it.
There you go. Do you have to pay for the pizza still?
I mean, do I get the BJ?
No.
Like, does the delivery driver have to give me the BJ?
No, because it's that automated Domino's robot thing.
Well, it's got a sexy back end, and it's warm.
Hold on, let me
plug in your USB, your thumb drive.
Does this thing have an exhaust?
Jesus Christ. Jesus. Oh my God.
They have internet sex toys.
What?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
Like you, Savannah, they're geared mostly for women. You would insert some sort of contraption, and the other person has the remote control.
Oh yes. So I watched there was that HBO special Cat House about that.
Oh yeah, got the whorehouse.
Like they like talked about the chair. There was a chair, and then people paid an extra fee to do this online. I was just talking about the movie Burn Before Reading. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
George Clooney was building that fucking sex chair the whole time.
It's reality.
Same thing, but
he actually kept the prop.
He did not.
No, I'm just making it up. I don't know.
Okay.
He might have. It's George Clooney.
Or Brad Pitt.
He was in a Batman movie
Brad Pitt.
that had a cod piece. It's totally possible that he kept the sex chair.
That's true. Hey guys, remember when Brad Pitt was in the movie Cool World?
God, that was a terrible movie. I hate that movie so much.
I love that movie.
It was
Roger Rabbit.
Yeah, it was no Roger Rabbit, but there are aspects of it that were pretty damn good.
Miss Hollywood, if she could. Basinger.
There's a GIF going around on the TikTok, and I'm pretty sure it's from Cool World. And I keep seeing it over and over again, referring to.
Never seen that. What TikTok? What side of TikTok are you on, Josh?
Oh, wouldn't you like to know?
The horny side, apparently.
I mean,
always.
That's me. I'm always on the horny side of things.
Jesus.
That's what keeps the drive going. Because like normal life is just lame. But horny life, that's great. I guess we don't have anything else to talk about. So
Cool World.
We're
talking about Cool World right now. Come on now.
I mean, who remembers that outside?
Sorry.
That's fine. Outside of the three of us, who actually remembers Cool World?
Saw it like 3 or 4 years ago, and that's why I still hate it, because I saw it and I'm like, this is terrible.
I need to rewatch it.
It might need to be rewatched just to see if it held up or not. Savannah, where can people find you on the internets or possibly on TV?
TV.
I don't know. You're the one that's always on TV doing.
I am always on TV. Just right now on the internet, on Twitter, at Master of Raptors, all one word. This guy makes an appearance every once in a while.
Every once in a while.
Every once in a while. He's on my Instagram more than anything, but that's
do we say burn before reading? Is that why the chat is saying burn after reading?
Burn after? What did I say? Oh.
Did we say burn before reading?
I think you did.
I feel like there's this weird Krondek is trying to correct us. It's like
okay, that's who I watch it with. So yeah, thanks. Thank you, Ben. Thank you.
Thanks, Ben.
Hi, Ben. I was drunk.
So yeah, find her dogs. Francis, where can the people find you?
With my dogs.
My dogs.
But they're DAWG, if you get my meaning. I want to say something that'll make her spit out whatever she's drinking.
All right, hold on. Let's do it.
I don't have anything. Josh, say something.
Alf.
Give her the.
Alf is always the go-to if I don't know what to say.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It worked.
Did she spit it out? I don't know.
Oh, that's great.
It's not even what Josh said. It's just Francis laughing. That's it. That's all it takes.
It's just so random. Hey, Wooly.
You just say Alf, and then Francis just starts laughing. That's all that it takes. Jesus.
Anyway, you can find me at poipodcast.com on the POI podcast.
You can actually find him there. Yeah. Whatever. You can watch Francis tomorrow night on
2000. The road to 2000.
What?
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. Next week is the season finale.
Season finale of Super Geeked Up, but we're on the road to 2,000 followers.
Seasons?
Yeah.
Season. So
if you look back at Savannah, if you look back at the course, you look back at the course of this show, but the numbering system for this show is fucked up because I was like, yeah, let's do seasons, and then I haven't mentioned it since like 2018.
Well, I love it because it was every winter, like when we switched years, it was a season, and you did it like twice, and then you never did it again.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. But you can find me at 303_ninja on the Twitters, 303ninja on the Instagram. All the stuff is at the top of the screen. Thank you for listening. I did say yes, we're on the road to 2,000. We're on the road to 10 first. But then after that, 2,000 is like it's on. Give us a
2
like.
million. 2 billion?
Yeah.
What was it, Francis? What did you say?
Did I say 2 million?
2 million followers.
2 million.
Yes. But that's it for this week. Check us out next week. Like, subscribe, follow, do all those sort of things, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Smash that like button.
Smash it. Be rude to it. Spit on
like
it,
and follow.
Spit on it. Call it a whore.
Yeah.
Or bye.
Don't do that.